I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to have good PR. But I fucking lost. I'm trying my best. I fucking lost.
Things have started going downhill for RaKai pretty quickly recently. And what's different this time is that the criticism isn't just coming from random viewers anymore. It's coming from people who actually supported him for a long time. People are calling him out for ditching a planned stream segment with Jynxy, being openly disrespectful towards other creators, especially female streamers, and even crossing lines during the MrBeast streamer video. And what makes this situation different is that it's not just outsiders criticizing him, it's his own circle. People who defended him multiple times are now starting to turn on him almost instantly, which says a lot about how far things have gone recently. So with that being said, make sure you guys like the video, let's try to hit 3,000 likes, and let's actually go back to where all of this started. Looking back at it now, it almost feels like RaKai couldn't stop being disrespectful even if he tried. That's literally what built his brand in the first place. He's known as one of the most disrespectful streamers online, constantly doing things he knows will get attention, even if it comes at someone else's expense. Whether it's going out in public and annoying random people, asking regular workers for money while being a millionaire himself, or just creating awkward situations for content, that's always been his formula. And for a long time, people saw it as entertaining. They saw it as him just being himself. But recently, that same behavior has started to hit differently, especially when it starts affecting people he's actually supposed to work with. One of the clearest examples of that was his situation with Jynxy. The two of them had a planned stream together where they were supposed to do a Rocket League wager for $5,000. This wasn't some random idea thrown together last minute. It was planned content, something both audiences were expecting. But not only did RaKai not show up, he also kept leading Jynxy on the entire day, reassuring him over and over that he was going to be there, only to cancel right before the stream actually started.
And then I said, what time? Want to do like 6 p.m. EST? He didn't respond for an hour and 20 minutes. And then I said, let me know ASAP, please, because I'm about to go live. He said 7 ASAP, question mark. Then he said EST. And then he said, I'm at a shoot right now. And I said, yes, laughing emoji, yes, 7 EST is good. And then he said, wait, and you can't do tomorrow? I said, tonight is best for me because I have something planned tomorrow. But if you're gonna cancel tonight, just let me know so I can move stuff around because I'm about to go live. He said, I think I can, the shoot is almost over. I said, no worries, let me know ASAP. He said, locked, what's your Discord? Then I said, and then he said, can you do it Wednesday? I'm still on the way home 40 minutes later. And then I said, I'm good for tonight. I can wait if you're a little late. He said, bro, I know you might be tight, but is there any way we can reschedule for Wednesday? And then I didn't respond.
And that's the part that made it look bad. Because it wasn't a misunderstanding, it wasn't bad timing. It was repeated confirmation followed by a last-second cancellation. And you also have to look at it from Jynxy's side. He has a significantly larger audience. We're talking about someone who averages way more viewers, meaning he has to actually fill hours of content live. So when RaKai cancels like that, it's not just a small inconvenience, it completely throws off the entire stream. It puts Jynxy in a position where he has to improvise in front of tens of thousands of people. And that's why people started calling it out as disrespectful, not just unprofessional. Now eventually, they did end up doing the wager a few days later. Everything seemed fine for a moment. And after playing for a couple of hours, Jynxy actually won. But even then, RaKai managed to make the situation worse. Instead of just paying up and moving on, it turned into a situation where people thought he was trying to avoid paying the $5,000 altogether.
He said, Chad, either I scam him or do I just grow up, Chad? Do I pay him?
Do I scam him or grow up? Bro, yeah, bro, you know the answer. RaKai, you got your whole life ahead of you, bro.
What the fuck does that mean?
Bro, can you hear me?
Okay, right now I'm battling with a very strong migraine, bro. I'm sick right now. A little short right here. Look. How would you let me pass out?
Okay.
I'm saying like, how solid? Just let me just take my loss and move on. All right? That sound good?
RaKai, bro, we made a wager. You lost. Now you have to pay up, bro. It's that simple.
I'm really sick. Yeah, I have a cold, all that, bro. So I was just wondering if let me slide this one time, bro.
Bro, I'm not ever letting you slide, bro. RaKai, you made a wager. Pay the wager. It's why have you not paid already? You should have already paid.
Oh, it's only 500 subs. 500.
It's 1,000 subs, bro. 1,000 subs, RaKai.
And again, that just adds to the pattern. It's not just one moment. It's repeated behavior that keeps stacking up. Even though he eventually paid, the damage was already done in terms of perception. And then not long after that, things escalated again during Jynxy's Rainbow Six tournament. This was a large event with multiple creators from different communities, something that clearly took time and effort to organize. RaKai was teamed with Phantom and Agent, and instead of treating it like a normal event, he used it as an opportunity to continue personal beef. Phantom was someone he already had tension with, and instead of putting that aside for the event, he leaned into it even more. It got to the point where Agent himself had to call him out during the stream for being disrespectful.
Established a ceasefire, and so any and all things that happened the past few days, we're gonna put that aside for the next few hours so that we can lock in together as a team and win this tournament. Because I feel like we're good gamers, bro. There's no debate about that. But when you ask around about us, they say RaKai is a good gamer, Phantom's a good gamer, Agent's a good gamer. So it's a chance for us here to show everybody that. Any problems we do have, I will be the third party mediator. You feel me? And so if things do, you know, because you play games, sometimes you want to squabble with your friends, shit like that. But we'll have a formal way to address all of that. Is that understood?
No.
I ain't lie, I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you talking about,
Keep
nigga.
it
This bitch ass nigga came into the room, nigga. He doing a lot, gang. He doing a lot, bro.
I'm saying, bro. Yo, shut the fuck up.
Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. You a little boy. You a little boy. You a little boy.
Listen, bro.
You a little boy.
You lucky.
You a little
lucky.
boy.
I can lock in right now. You look like I can lock in right now, bro.
Yeah, you need to lock in.
That's all I gotta say.
You need to lock in.
That's all I'm saying.
Ask Barco how he feel.
And it didn't stop there. RaKai wasn't just targeting his own teammates, he was going after other participants too, making comments about things they can't even control, like their age. And that's where people really started questioning it. Because it's one thing to trash talk, but it's another thing to go after things that aren't even relevant to the competition. Especially when those same people can't even respond in the same way. It becomes a one-sided situation where he knows he can say whatever he wants and get away with it. At that point, it felt less like entertainment and more like forced conflict. Like he was trying to create moments instead of letting them happen naturally.
You a little ass kid, bro. You 17. I know damn well you're not talking this direction. I know damn well you're not talking this direction. Go ahead.
Oh, so how old are you?
Don't do that.
So how old are
You
you?
gotta go damn.
How old are you?
GG.
How old are you?
Don't worry about it.
31?
Don't worry about it. I'm not 31, bitch.
Your
You
child.
be making numbers up, huh?
Your child. How old is she, chat?
I'm not 31 and I'm not 30.
28.
Yo, bro, RaKai, we heard the script earlier today. We heard it yesterday, last week. He's gonna say something about a family. He's gonna say something about a family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Just say it.
Listen, just start a feeling, my nigga.
There it is.
Just fries it up. Start a feeling, eh?
And that's a big difference. Because viewers can tell when something is real and when it's just being pushed for content. And then comes the situation that really blew everything up again. RaKai appearing in MrBeast's streamer video. And in that video, he basically made himself the villain on purpose, taking every opportunity to play dirty, push boundaries, and stand out in the worst way possible. Whether it was holding people back during challenges, which already feels questionable, or making disrespectful comments after they got eliminated, it was clear what he was trying to do. He was trying to create moments that would get clipped. But the problem is, this wasn't just his usual audience watching. This was a global video with creators from all kinds of communities, including the Spanish community, which has a massive and very loyal audience. And when he started targeting those creators, playing unfairly and then trying to humiliate them on top of that, it didn't sit well at all. Not with the creators, and definitely not with their fans. That's when things went from regular criticism to full backlash. Entire communities started going at him, leaving comments, making posts, and calling him out for his behavior.
Yo, okay, I opened up his Instagram comments for 1 second. What is this, bro? No.
They're really mad.
And honestly, it makes sense why. Because when you combine playing dirty with being disrespectful afterwards, it stops looking like competition and starts looking like pure ego. At the same time, you can argue that in a video like that, where there's $1 million on the line, everyone is going to try to win however they can. People are going to look for loopholes, they're going to push the rules, they're going to do whatever gives them an advantage. That's just the nature of competition at that level. But even with that in mind, there's still a line, and that's where RaKai lost people. Because instead of just playing the game, it felt like he was trying to dominate the narrative around it, trying to turn himself into the center of attention, even if it meant making the experience worse for everyone else involved. And when you combine that with everything else that's been happening recently, the pattern becomes pretty clear. It's not just one situation, it's everything stacking together, and that's why this feels different now. Like, it's really not that serious to the point where you need to go into someone's comment sections across all of their accounts and just start spamming hate non-stop. At the end of the day, this is still just a bunch of streamers making content.
Guys, in a game like this, what would be a RaKai full-on hater? The reality is that he's providing content for the video, and if anything, a lot of people are being quiet and not giving any sort of value for the broadcast and for the video. If anything, he's one of the highest value persons left. So you could be a hater for the oh, I'm hating because I'm part of the fun, or an actual hater. Being a hater is just wrong in this case. Like, he's putting content down. Like,
even though a lot of people were defending RaKai for how he was playing the games, saying it made the video more entertaining and gave it that extra edge, the people who were actually upset weren't mad about the gameplay itself. It was the way he was acting towards other people. The constant taunting, the disrespect, the unnecessary comments. That's what really pushed it too far. Like I mentioned earlier, he was doing the whole take the L thing towards El Rubius, and he also allegedly made a comment telling him to go back to Mexico or something along those lines. And if you actually know anything about Rubius, he's not even from Mexico, he's from Spain. So RaKai was basically generalizing Spanish-speaking creators as all being Mexican, which is exactly why people started going at him so hard in his comments.
You know what's crazy? I feel like I saw a lot of people mad at RaKai yesterday. And like, it's not hard for, like, it's RaKai. People can get mad realistically at the end of the day. But also, at the same time though, I think a lot of people think they're better than us. Straight up, in my opinion, I think people think they're better than other people. Because I promise you, if it was an M on the line, a lot of you will move different than you think you would in theory. I'm telling you. And the craziest part is the M's not even for him, it's for his community. Not just fine everything he said though. He did say something. You know what RaKai is though? RaKai is just an example of a nigga with no filter, bro. Sounds weird to sit here and defend him, but like, in a world where everybody's so filtered, you can't say what you want to say, you get cut from this and can't be part of this and blacklisted from this. In a world where everybody sit there and pretend like they want authenticity, everyone tells you to be yourself, right? The nigga is not trying to be anyone else, bro. And people get mad at him for it. And what that teaches everybody else, realistically, don't be yourself, bro. They will get mad.
Now, I do like Agent as a streamer, and I think he's solid overall, but if he really did say something like, bye-bye, go back to Mexico, or defended that kind of behavior, then that deserves at least some level of backlash. And his whole argument about RaKai just being himself honestly doesn't help the situation at all. If anything, it makes it worse. Because if that's really just him being himself, then you're basically saying that all those comments and actions are just part of who he is, and that's not something you can just brush off when it crosses certain lines. At the same time, I can understand why some people saw the positives in what he did. It definitely made the MrBeast video more entertaining, it gave viewers someone to root against, and it made the overall experience more engaging. But the more you look at it, the harder it becomes to defend everything he did. The gameplay itself wasn't really the issue, it was everything that came after. The comments, the reactions, the way he treated people once they were out. That's where things started getting out of hand. And honestly, it's getting to a point where it feels like RaKai is leaning into being hated on purpose. Like he's trying to push that image further and further because he knows it gets attention.
Whoa, 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 chill, 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 security, Chandler, no, he's the line, he's the line, stop, he's got two Chandler, help, he's the line, he's the line, he's the line, he's the line, bro, you see, he's the line, you see, that's what, nah, you're a slime. Hey guys, hit the Fortnite dance, hit the Fortnite dance. You slimy. Yeah, all right, RaKai will give this away, just tweet out how you're giving it away.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to have good PR. But I fucking lost. I'm trying my best. I fucking lost. Yes, me. what it's over. It's over. All that campaigning, all that was for no reason.
People are even starting to compare him to Jack Doherty now, which is not a good place to be at all when it comes to reputation. And it's not just this one situation either. You've got clips of him doing things like driving a convertible straight through a car wash without even following the basic rules, not putting the car in neutral, just doing it for the sake of getting clips and attention. And yeah, it works. He knows how to get views, he knows how to go viral, but none of that helps him when it comes to actually being respected as a creator. Going back to the MrBeast video, one of the people he eliminated, El Rubius, later said that RaKai told him to go back to Mexico right after he got eliminated. And again, to any normal person, that's obviously going to come across as racist, because it is. Rubius is from Spain, not Mexico, and grouping all Spanish-speaking people into one category like that is just wrong. That's why the backlash was so strong, with people even going to his Instagram and spamming him over it. And I'm not trying to defend anyone here, because racism is always wrong no matter who it's directed at, but situations like that just make everything look way worse for RaKai overall. And surprisingly, that wasn't even the end of it. Another streamer named Mari tried to push RaKai out of a circle during the event because she said he was giving off bad energy, which honestly is fair based on how he was acting throughout the video. But instead of just letting it go or brushing it off, he went on stream and started saying some pretty disgusting things towards her.
Listen, to the Maya girl, to the Maya girl, to the Maya girl. Wait, chat. Oh no, Mari girl, Mari. Suck my you ugly bitch. Fuck you. Cause I look, that's what I'm gonna say right there. It's fuck you. Because I'm looking back at the clips. I'm looking back at what she was saying and all this bad energy and shit. I'm just like, wow. You know? You. Fucking Mari. I really actually, you know, kind of with you and shit like that. Shut the up, and that's what you get. That's what you get. You lost, and that's why you cried about it too. I ain't crying, nigga. I manned up and thought it out and walked out that salty as shit, mad as but you, you feel me? Hold on, my mom just texted me.
And that's where things got even worse, because all she did was point out something that a lot of people were already thinking, and his response was to go way overboard. What makes it even crazier is that this isn't new behavior. He said similar things months ago to QT Cinderella, got backlash for it, apologized, and acted like he understood what he did wrong. But now here he is again, doing the exact same thing. And that's really the pattern with RaKai. He does something controversial, gets backlash, apologizes, and then repeats it a few months later. There's no real change. There's no real accountability. The worst consequence he's had so far is a short suspension, and then it's right back to the same behavior. And because of that, people are starting to take it less seriously when he apologizes, because it doesn't feel genuine anymore. So when Mari responded to the situation, she didn't take it lightly at all. And honestly, I agree with her point.
No one gave a f. I still got death threats. And it's still crazy how you went on stream after being like, yeah, I'm getting death threats, racism, everything, man. And then you did a 180 and you sent hate my way in front of 20,000 people. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? And then you're gonna listen to a 5-minute voicemail from your mom. Sag farming. Like, bruh. Me, Jason, Chris, Josh, Yana, everyone was there talking to him. And he's just hard-headed. He don't want to listen. Yeah, the second time he called someone a bitch, he called Cutie a bitch. Hopefully the people around him can stop enabling him. I'm not too sure about what happens behind the scenes in that regard, but people need to hold him accountable for his behavior. He's not a 500 viewer streamer. He doesn't have a small community. He has 20,000 people to like 15,000 people watching him. This is not, you have to be some type of a role model. You can be a character, cool, whatnot, and act crazy, but you just have to like pick and choose and know what's right from wrong when you address certain situations and just like how you move, bro.
A huge portion of RaKai's audience is made up of younger viewers, and whether he likes it or not, he has influence over them. I'm not saying he has to be a perfect role model, but there's a certain level of responsibility that comes with having that kind of audience. Because when kids are watching him act like that, talking to people like that, doing all these disrespectful things on stream, they start to see it as normal behavior. They think it's okay. They think that's how you're supposed to act. And people might say that's an exaggeration, but it really isn't. This kind of influence is real. If he's acting like that towards women on stream, there are going to be viewers who copy that behavior in real life, at school, at home, towards people around them. That's how this stuff spreads. And the worst part is that a lot of people around RaKai are enabling it. The people close to him, the ones who should be calling him out more seriously, are the same ones brushing it off or defending it.
See, son, you carry this light that a lot of people don't understand. But if you know, you know. And don't ever let anyone dim your light. Okay, baby? I am so proud of you. And I know I'll call you and question you and all that. And that's just all because I want to see where your head is. And I know for a fact that you are unbothered. You are so unbothered. You are so free. And you are so sure of yourself. And I am so proud of you. I really am. Heavenly Father, I ask that you please continue to protect my son.
It's fucking RaKai. This is a 17-year-old who basically dropped out of high school to do streaming full-time. And when you actually look at the kind of stuff he's been doing recently, it's not hard to see why people are starting to turn on him. We always say his antics keep getting worse, but in this case, they genuinely are. And a big part of that feels like he's constantly trying to one-up himself, pushing things further every time just to get more views, more clips, more attention. On top of that, he's surrounded by constant positive reinforcement. His friends laugh it off, his audience defends him, and there's always people in his comments backing him no matter what he does. So even when he gets backlash or even gets banned for doing something crazy, it never really sticks. He doesn't take it as a moment to reflect or change anything. If anything, he just doubles down and does the same thing again, sometimes even worse. And that's what separates him from someone like iShowSpeed. Because Speed has done a lot of wild things in the past too, arguably even worse at times. But the difference is he actually learned from it, he adjusted, he realized how much influence he has and started moving differently, still entertaining, still energetic, but way more aware of how he comes across.
Speed wasn't this bad. What? Nigga, are you serious? Did you ever watch Speed when he was younger? Did you hear the things he was saying? I don't think you heard the things he was saying. RaKai calling her a bitch compared to the shit that Speed was saying is literally nothing, bro. Like, Speed was supposed to have been out of here with the shit that he was saying, with the jokes that he was making. Even though it was literally a joke, like, it's still, like, something you just don't say. Like, it's just fucked up. It's just like, bro, you just don't say these things. You don't do these things. But you get older and you learn from it, bro. You learn from it. And now, yo, I don't even know how this happened.
With RaKai, it feels like that realization hasn't happened yet. He keeps repeating the same cycle. Mess up, get backlash, ignore it, repeat. There's no real growth, no real shift in mindset, just the same behavior over and over again, chasing that next viral moment. And yeah, it works in the short term, it gets attention, it gets people talking. But long term, that kind of approach usually catches up to you. At the end of the day, it just comes down to one thing. RaKai hasn't learned from his mistakes. Speed did. And that's why one of them is evolving while the other is stuck in the same loop, trying to recreate the same success with the same tactics every single time. Anyways, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more videos like this. I'm posting almost every single day, so it really does help out a lot.